Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading for the first 10 days of August, and you, Cancer, are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Cancer, we all have that sign somewhere in our chart. If you do have your birth chart, which house is it in? That's where this energy shows up for you most prominently. This is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That may give you further clarity as to your situation now. So the underlying energy for this reading is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is talking about the element of fire. This is about the wand is made of wood because wood fuels fire, so it represents passionate action. And this passionate action is a gift from the divine. So the aces always are about new energy coming in for new, abilities. And this is saying that you will have new passion for life or for whatever you are engaged in doing. And then we have the Magician for the internal forces. The internal forces are represented on the bottom here of the spread. And this is talking about the underlying energy for your internal forces. This is the Magician saying you have 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond to bring your heavenly thoughts down to earth and create a beautiful garden for yourself. This is an energetic upgrade. You have all the tools that you need. All you have to do is figure out how to use them and which one works best in which situation. This is also talking with the Ouroboros around his waist about letting go of anything that does not benefit you anymore so that you can make room for the new. So that's a good advice with the ace energy here. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So there's information or communication coming in about this new passion. Now this could be some sort of information about something that you just newly discovered. The Knight of Wands represents communication coming in, information coming in that's passionate, or something you're passionate about, something that needs to be looked after, some sort of action that has been taken or needs to be taken. You notice the big red plume on the back of his helmet is talking about avoiding being impulsive. He has his horse reined in here, and the horse is representing his heartfelt emotions and passion. So it's about controlling your emotions and disciplining your mind. And in the background here, we have the pyramids, and that's representing his desire for, the new adventure, looking into the wonders of the world. So this can be talking about some sort of investigation going on. Now that could be, like a legal investigation, or it could just be you looking into taking action in a new way in life or in a new project. It can talk about having passion for someone or something that you really, that's new to you that you want to work on. And this is how your self-image, this is how you're feeling at this time. And then we have the energy of the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is talking about the same sort of energy. This is he's standing at the edge on his turret of his castle. And he has the world in his hands. But the thing is, he feels like a big fish in a little pond. So this energy can talk about wanting to expand something, wanting to expand your horizons. Possibly this quite often reminds me of an entrepreneur with one wand successfully planted here. But he lives in a small town or a small village, and he needs to find more clients. So this is talking maybe about franchising or actually literally changing location where you are, maybe expanding a business in a new way, or it can talk about wanting to, maybe you've met that special someone that you have passion for and you want to start a family, expand your horizons in that way. It's about something new coming into your life, going on an adventure, and you can see that there's water in between the two horizons. So quite often this can represent, collaborating with people that are overseas. And so it could indicate information or communication coming in from overseas. And then we have hi Stella. We have the energy of the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is bringing more communication in. Now the Knight of Swords, you notice the difference between these two knights. There's a huge difference. The Knight of Swords represents the element of air, and this is your thoughts. So basically the swords represent mental intelligence and discipline of the mind. And we can only see half of his sword, so he might not have the full story. This also talks about sort of investigative energy, but it's not controlled like this energy. This is more like someone's hit panic mode. They're running from something or towards something, or maybe he's running to catch up to the Knight of Wands so he can stop him from getting here in time to give him this information. Interesting. So this is sometimes considered like the fool rushing in. We can't see the point of his sword, and maybe he can't see the point of his information as well. He's got this big red flag on the back of his helmet, and like even the sky looks like someone just took the sword and just sliced through it. His horse, look at it, it's totally stressed out. And they're running against the wind and through barren land. So this is quite often talking also about investigative energy, but it's about using technology more. It could be a legal or an illegal investigation. And it could be talking about an energy of, hidden cameras, hot mics, using technology to spy. It's kind of like spy energy. It could represent that someone has hired a private detective to investigate someone, that type of energy. But what's interesting is sometimes, like with the two of these together, I'm wondering if this is kind of like a situation where there's an undercover energy and someone's pretending to be someone's lover or something to get information from them. It could be some sort of energy around that. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Wow, there's a lot of fire here. And so the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. Now this represents an energy of being very exhausted, but having been successful in really getting through it and making sure you plant the seeds so that you can harvest later. This is like 9 wands. There's 8 already planted. And you can see it's been really difficult. His head is bandaged. I mean, he's exhausted. And this is considered the wounded warrior because it's talking about wanting to do things the correct way and staying, and keep getting up when you get knocked down. Get knocked down, get back up, go at it again. It's that very consistent steps of action towards your goals. You can see he's leaning heavy on this 9th wand, and he's holding it close to his heart. But as tired as he is, you can see his determination. There's only 10 wands in the tarot, so he only has 1 to go after this. Now, this is kind of the energy that you're in, and this is the energy of your abundance. So there's definitely been some success here, but it's a desire to expand it even further. And then we have this investigative energy with you caught in between the two of them. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but there's a name for that. I'm trying to think of what the name is. It's not coming to me, but it's when someone pretends to be, like it could be a scammer, like a romance scammer, but this feels more like it's for investigative reasons, wanting to get into the inner circle so that you can gather information about someone. It's that type of energy. I don't know what quite is, and then collaboration overseas. I don't quite know exactly what this is, but we'll keep going here because then we have this card, and this is the 10 of Swords. And so this is like literally knock you down, get up, knock you down, get up, knock you down, get up. And there's still there's 10 swords here. So you know, it's not, this is still happening is what this is saying. This is early communication. So this can say that this is someone that this energy could have been happening since you were very young. Like your family might be investigated for something, or you know, there's something going on since you were a child. It looks like this is the communication from when you were a child, and so there's something about that. And then there's this energy here of this is your emotional state now. Like you're exhausted, but you know, like you've managed to get up after being knocked down 9 times, and looks like there's another someone's going to take another go here. We have 10 swords here. And this card, you know, I mean, you look at it, you can see this isn't an ideal situation. The swords represent thoughts, as I said here. And so this is talking about being stabbed in the back 9 times and left for unalive. This person's down on the ground. And, you know, this is a collaborated effort to get this person down on the ground. But it's also talking about this cycle coming to an end. So you might, I don't know, you might have some real heavy competition here for whatever it is you're doing. Like someone really wants what you have, or wants to stop you from being able to investigate something or to talk about something, or there's something going on here. And it's not like they sort of kind of don't like you. It's like they really want to stop you and they want to keep you down, but you keep getting back up again. And it's like you can just feel the frustration, like he got back up again. You know, how is that possible? It's like that kind of energy. And this is talking, though, about light at the end of the tunnel. And the right hand here is in the form of a blessing, which is the Hierophant has their right hand in the form of a blessing. And the Hierophant is responsible for bringing justice down from the spiritual realm down to the physical. So this is talking about, this could be, in the end, a blessing in disguise. Now, it's not going to feel like it right now. And this is saying, like, they don't want you to get back up this 10th time. They're confident. Okay, we knocked them down. So it's, I don't know, like, is this person came in to knock you down? And now this guy's coming behind him to say, hey, he got back up. Really weird energy. Someone really doesn't want you to continue doing whatever it is you're doing. And then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords energy is talking about an authority figure. And again, we have this sword energy. So is this the person that authorized this energy, you know? It's interesting because we've got 3 swords and we have 3 wands here and a 4th one over here. But this is a gift from God, and that's why you keep getting back up. Like it's, you have a lot of strength. You're a very strong person, emotionally, physically. Like you're you know, you're being protected by the divine for sure, for you to keep getting up like this. But I do feel that this person came in to knock you down, and then this person came in to tell this person that they're back up again. It feels like that kind of weird energy. I don't know. Let's keep going. So the King of Swords is someone that is an authority figure that most likely is well educated and using their mind to earn their, you know, for their career. This would be someone that uses their words to speak or to written word. And quite often, like this is a king, so it could represent government, politician energy, lawmakers, that type of energy. You know, people that use the words, but this would be someone high up, like president, prime minister, congressmen, senators. This could be ministers of the federal government or provincial ministers, like, you know, people that have some clout. And then if it's also talking maybe about the legal system for sure, the legalities of any situation. So this would be, you know, with this energy, it could be chief of police. It could be, let's see, it could be lawyers. So if this is a lawyer, most likely someone that is a partner in an established firm. This would be the energy of judges, head prosecutors, that type of energy. People that have clout, that are making the laws, running investigations, making sure the law is held, right? And making the laws as well is the energy. So sometimes this energy can also represent, a best-selling author, that has written a book that's on the New York Times bestseller list, maybe. It could represent researchers and engineers with innovative products or, patents, that type of energy. It could also represent surgeons, veterinarians, dentists, psychiatrists, that type of energy. So something is going on here. Now, this is talking about your creativity, romance, and children. So it's like they just don't want you to be able to carry on. They want to keep you down. And here it's talking about your daily routine, like having to deal with this. So, but we have this passion for new discovery. So perhaps this character here is someone that is investigating this and looking into it now. All right, because we do have an energetic upgrade here and this passion for new discovery. So the internal forces, you're going to know about what they are, because the internal forces are talking about, what you can control. And it's like asking the question, what if? Like, what if they do this, and what if I can't get back up? What if I don't? What if I quit? What's going to happen then? It's that type of energy. It's the woulda, shoulda, couldas. But the thing is, I'm picking up an energy also here, because the Cancer energy is ruled by the moon. This energy is, right now we have a full moon tonight. And that energy is very emotional, and people might be like really like anxious about something. There's just like, it's like a energy, like it's electric, And this, the Cancer energy, you're ruled by the moon. So Cancer tends to feel that energy more than other people. Plus we have this energy coming in, it's almost like crabs in the bucket energy. Like if you have a bucket of crabs and they're out on the, on the dock, and they're going to be supper later that day, if one of them tries to escape, the other ones will grab that other crab and pull it back down instead of following it out. And so it's like that energy of them just wanting to drag you into their mess, or, keep you down into that kind of energy. So let's see what the heck is going on here. From the underlying energy for the external forces, I was picking up this energy about maybe it is the eclipses, because this is talking about eclipse energy. We have the full moon here, we have the sun, and we do have the new moon. And we are finishing up the energy of the eclipses there was an eclipse on February 17th, and there was also one on March 3rd. And those were about, the eclipses were talking about the relationship between your personal life, or your at-home life, domestic life, and and when you're out and in public, your public image, your reputation, your career, all of that energy. So we've got this lobster in the water, and this is emotional water. If you've ever worked in the hospitality industry, or as in the hospitals or the police, you'll know that when there's a full moon, the energy can get way more worked up. And with this eclipse energy on February 17th and March 3rd, we had this eclipse energy. Eclipse energy lasts for about 6 months, and we're coming to the end of that time frame. And I've been suggesting for people to take a look. If you've been following my channel for a while, I told people back then to write 10 things down, like that and just put it away then. 10 things that you'd like to accomplish, even if it was just like cleaning out a closet was one of them. It didn't have to be anything big. But then to pull it out 6 months later, and don't look at it for 6 months. And when you come back and you take a look at it, you might be surprised at how much you get done, because when you write things down or you say it out loud, it gives it more force and you're more likely to do it. Even if you forgot you said you would. And so that's the kind of energy, like we're at the end of that energy of that last solar, it was a solar and a lunar eclipse. And we are on August 12th going to have another total solar eclipse. And that's on August the 12th. I'm going to do a separate reading right after, pretty soon after this one. I will do a bonus reading about that new moon solar eclipse energy. The eclipse energy can be really powerful for moving forward. So if you did, if you didn't do that back then, you can still take a look back then and just think what was going on in my life on February 17th and March 3rd, in between that time frame. That might give you some clarity as to what's going on now. And like this energy is sitting in your early communication. So I feel like this is something that has been in the works for some time. Whatever is going on, the lobster is absolutely determined to stay on their path of glory here. And he's trying to figure out when is it going to be safe to get between. I'll put it here in case you can see it better. How is he going to get between this dog and this wolf that are sitting there howling at the moon? He's thinking, like, if they fall asleep and get tired, then I can maybe sneak by. He doesn't want to have to go all the way around. He wants to stay in between these two pillars. He's a lobster, so I mean, it's going to take him forever if he has to go all the way around, and he might just encounter something else that stops him. So this energy is talking about, needing to have that balance between your domestic side and your career, your reputation. It could be saying you've been home too much or you've been a wild child and you need to come home to check your mail. It's that type of energy. So, and it's also talking about having balance, because there's a lot of, there's been a lot of planets moving. There's been a lot happening on the planet. So the full moons are having a pretty good emotional impact, at this time. And it's coming up in this reading. So that's the underlying energy for the external forces. Now let's see. Yeah, look at this. We have this energy here is talking about a heartbreaking decision that needs to be made, basically. So this is talking about, there's 3 swords in someone's heart. So, there's heartache or heartbreak of some sort of energy. And I feel that has to do definitely, of course, with this energy here. But I feel like this could be an energy of someone or people that from when you were in elementary school, high school, under the age of 21, basically. I feel like this is talking about, it could be even some people in your family or extended family. You might not even know them if they're extended family. And this is also talking about, there's 3 swords in this heart. And when you look at it, you think, well, how is anyone supposed to recover from that? But when you look at it again, you realize the heart is really big, and that these are more, they're small. They're not really swords. But, so it's something that you probably can recover from, but it's talking about some sort of healing of the heart needing to be had. And the only way is to, pull these out and, heal that energy. So there could be like a need for forgiveness, that type of energy. This is also sometimes in romantic love. It can be talking about a third party energy that comes in between a couple. And it can also talk about gossip, slander, sometimes even perjury in court. It can be harsh words being spoken, someone who's afraid to speak their truth. Yeah, if you're down like this, probably. How many times can you get knocked down before you wonder when, if you can get back up again? And so we have this energy of the external forces. Judgment is being called on this energy here. Hidden illusions and secrets are about to be exposed. I feel that's what this passion for new discovery is, that this is going to be an energetic upgrade for you, Cancer. It's talking about the truth coming out. And so judgment is being called, and judgment is called by the Most High. And then that comes down from the spiritual realm to the physical. And that's that Hierophant energy I was talking about. And so the ancestors are literally cheering, and they're coming out of their boxes. So yay, finally, judgment is being called on what's happened here. So this could be something that happened even before you were born to your ancestors, and maybe they weren't able to clean it up. Quite often this card can talk about, skeletons coming out of the closet, and even Pandora's box being opened, because it's like talking about people who have authority, that are high up, making decisions here. So there could be some sort of energy where, it's something we're going to see on the news. And we're seeing that a lot these days. Like the beginning month of, or the beginning 10 days of August, there's not really a lot happening new astrologically, but we're dealing with an impact of the Neptune and Uranus and Saturn, which are all huge planets making big changes. And this energy, I feel, is speaking about the energy of Uranus. And Uranus moved into the sign of Gemini about 2 months ago. And it hasn't been there since 1941 to 1949. So this could represent something that happened with the ancestors. This is coming up in a lot of the readings because Uranus in Gemini wants the truth to come out. And it's coming out in weird ways. Like you'll notice, like every day there's something else on the news and it's like, what? And it can be from it can be like 3 decades ago or something, and people are being caught for what they did back then or what they've been doing for, a long time. And it might be something that happened to your ancestors and it's justice for them and therefore justice for you. You can see the descendants and the ancestors are waving to each other across the veil. So this is really talking about some major something going on. Like if it could be on something that's going to be public on the news, something, loud. And then we have this energy of temperance. So this is basically saying that you've been in this energy where you're determined to stay on your path. Temperance is like earth angel energy. The Bible says that God sends 144,000 chosen ones to earth with the high vibration of an angel hybrid energy. And so this is talking about you staying on your destined path and having the patience to do so. When you get knocked down, you just get back up because you have the passion of being on your destined journey. And this is talking about being able to control your emotions, being able to rein it in and get the job done. So this could even be your energy of getting back up again, and this energy coming to let people know, oh my gosh, they got back up again. I feel like that could be what's going on. And the ancestors are cheering, woohoo! They're watching from above and going, what the heck? How they're so proud of you because you keep getting up, and it's not easy, and they know it's not easy. And maybe there's some sort of energy there too that this is something that they were not able to take care of before they crossed, and it's affecting the bloodline. And so this is about them cheering you on because so that the descendants don't have to deal with this anymore. Now this is talking about higher learning. So this knowledge coming in. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles energy. The Pentacles in tarot are representing health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. So this is energy about how is your lifestyle, how you're living. This particular card is about the 3 levels of making money. And it's talking about safe money, and then your authentic desires, and then your crowning glory, which is when you're on your destined path. And this energy is saying, look at how this person has their back to the city. And so this energy is saying about, leaving where you are and or where you were brought up, leaving your comfort zone, leaving your inner circle, leaving the way you used to do things. It can be a lot of energy like that. And with this energy sitting in your early communication, it could be talking about, people that you're close to in inner circle that you're having to walk away from them to be, because there's some sort of energy where they're caught, where like this is talking about safe money, where you're able to pay your bills in that, but just barely. And then this is your authentic desires and your crowning glory. And it looks like someone might have their pretty firm grip on your heart's desires here and want them for themselves. It almost feels like that kind of energy. So it's hard for you to get to your crowning glory. And this can be your own energy, being afraid to take risks, calculated risks that could move you out of this energy into a higher potential. Missing opportunities that they weren't that high risk, but they were calculated risks that you didn't take. You couldn't. Well, you were too busy getting back up every time he got knocked down. It almost reminds me of those old Popeye punching bags, where you hit the bag and it knocks to the ground. They used to make them and put sand in the bottom, and kids would play with them. So that kind of energy is just like, whoa, but a little bit more serious than that. So this is saying, this is career, reputation. This is about an energy of trying to make it so that you can't earn the money you need to be able to sustain whatever it is that you're doing. And then we have the Queen of Wands energy. So this is, if there was a third party energy here, this could represent that energy. It's an external force coming out. It's the only person we have here. The Queen of Wands is, very sexy and considered a natural beauty. And normally she's happy because she follows the path of the sunflowers do. She follows the sun, and the sun represents God's energy. It's also talking about the very thin veil between the spiritual and the physical realm, and about moving forward with passion. She has this little black cat here, and it's saying like she's not worried about the superstition and energy. She is used to having creative solutions to what's going on. But in reverse, it's the opposite of all of that. She's highly superstitious, does not follow the path of God, is not a natural beauty, is more someone that is made up, if that makes sense to you. So sometimes this can represent sometimes like a copycat type energy. And it's an external force coming in, and there's some sort of third party energy here. And this is in your commitments, partnerships, and marriage. And judgment is being called on that because you keep getting knocked down. And this is representing this energy. And who's doing it? Someone that wants your lifestyle and is determined to have their way in that way. This is talking about your blessings, like someone else wants your blessings. And I feel like it could be this third party energy. We have an emperor here. So the emperor could represent this energy of this authority figure that's looking into all of this, because there definitely is some sort of investigation going on. And if this is an energetic upgrade for you, this could be representing the energy of the investigation that's been being had into this, whether that be on the spiritual or the physical. Like you would have a better idea if this is that, and this can also represent, like the emperor is someone that embodies the qualities of all four kings from the minor arcana. This is someone who's been through it, and they are super strong now. That this is high level performance. Someone that he wears his armor underneath his robe, and he's considered very wise. And he's an alpha male. Like this energy is my way or the highway. A lot of the times, it can be very controlling. But I feel like this energy is stepping in and making sure it's this energy here to make sure that this stops for you, whatever it is. And it could, this could represent like this being played out in physical court, like actual court situation, or that you're going through some sort of legalities. Or it could represent an energy of whatever this is, it's coming into justice, that it's being played out. It's already being played out on the spiritual realm. But I feel like this might have something to do with some sort of investment or something that you didn't receive from the ancestors. Excuse me. Holy. All of a sudden, like, I'm having trouble spitting that out. So we're going to clarify this. If you're leaving the reading here, I'm going to clarify for those of you who are not. Thank you for your energy. If you are leaving the reading in this at this stage, and thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I appreciate them all. Okay, I'm going to clarify with my oracle, Tales from the Vector. And the numbers on these cards represent the paintings in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. This is how they're listed in the gallery, and I will put them in the description box below in the order that they appear here so that you have some more information. Yeah, there's a lot of energy coming into this reading. All right, we have a lot of going on. We have a tower hitting. So that's the energy. So this tower hitting is, when the tower hits, it says divorce. So it could be because this is in your partnerships, commitments, and even spousal energy. So definitely inner circle energy, someone that you've been with for a while and maybe have known, since childhood. And the tower hits, it's a reality check. If you're on the right side of the law, it's going to, it's crappy for everybody. When a tower hits, it's uncomfortable for everyone. It's like when something has to be rebuilt. It can be like that. It says divorce on here, but the worst divorce would be from source. And then we have the Taurus energy, which is talking about the give and take in life, and also the Venus energy is talking about the give and take in love and also in lifestyle. It's a combination of both. And so the Taurus energy is like Empress energy to match the Emperor energy. So I feel like this is saying that there's some sort of energy here. There's going to be an energetic upgrade. You've learned a lot from this experience, and you could be in this Emperor energy, like where you're really pulling on your masculine energy to get through this, whether you're a female or a male. Remember, all the characters in tarot are actually archetypes, so they're not gender specific. They're representing masculine and feminine energies. And then we have pride here. So this is a karmic space anyone can fall into, but this is all or nothing energy that's coming towards you that you're having to deal with. And this is that's this energy here. But you have had the strength to just keep getting back up. I feel like this could be your energy dealing with this all or nothing energy. Then we have jealousy. So yeah, it feels like someone wants your pentacle energy, and they want you to have just enough to keep working so that they can keep pulling off the energy. So it's like really breadcrumbing the energy and making it pretty much impossible for you to get out of this energy. And it's not like, this can represent over a decade of energy for sure. And with this energy for sure, and it's also talking about, this could be like 10 people, or it could even be 10 groups of people over a decade or more doing this. And that's why you're so tired. That's the exhaustion. And then we have the Aries energy. That's what I was talking about, that a lot of the big hitter planets, Neptune and Saturn, both moved into Aries and recently. And Neptune is going to be in Aries for like the next 14 years. And this is about things not working the same way that they used to. And I feel that this energy is kind of panicking. I think that they've done this a lot. This is maybe how they earn their living. And they've done it, and they've gotten away with it for a long time. And you're not their first I'm not even going to say victim. You're not the first person they've done this to. And this is talking about now, with Neptune in Aries. Neptune moved out of Pisces into Aries about, it's probably been about 3 months or so now. And the thing is that Neptune was very comfortable in Pisces energy. It was there for 14 years. And we all learned, okay, if we do things this way and we set up our systems this way, we can make things work. And this is how I do it. And, you finally figure it out. Okay, if I do it this way, it works the best for me. But now Neptune has moved into the sign of Aries out of Pisces. Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac. It's a water sign. It's like the senior executive, and it's moved into Aries, the infant. And if you've ever had a newborn baby in the house, you know how for something so little, that baby starts crying and everybody's running. Oh, the baby's crying. And everybody's trying to figure out how to satisfy the baby. And that's the kind of energy we're in now when it comes to business, our relationships with people. The way we used to do things is not working the same as it did with Neptune in Pisces. It's now in a totally different sign. Aries is the baby and it's crying and we got to figure out how to make that baby happy. And it's talking about, it's like when your phone updates and then all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and it's not working anymore the way it usually does. And now you have to take some time to figure that out. It's that type of energy. But in the end, doing things the new way, Neptune is going to be in Aries for the next 14 years. So it's not like, oh, well, just wait a couple weeks. It's like, no, you're really going to have to take a look at doing things slightly different, tweaking the energy to make things work. And maybe they're going through this. This is how we do it. It works every time. And then there could be positions of authority that have changed that are not on the favorable to this energy anymore as well. That's an energy I'm picking up from this new passion for discovery. I feel like some authority figure is looking into this that wasn't there for the last 10 years. They come in new and they're like, what's going on here? That type of energy. And this is what I don't know won't hurt me. And I feel like, when you have this much energy coming at you to knock you down, you probably don't know where it's all coming from. But I feel like this energy is in denial that what they're doing isn't working anymore. And they've kept pushing it until the point where they don't know when to quit. This all or nothing energy. Then we've got the Aquarius, which is Uranus energy. And that's coming up now where the truth is going to come out. 1941 to 1949, there could have been something that happened way back then to your ancestors. And it goes way back, and now that energy is coming out. The truth is coming out. No one's going to stop it. And then we have worldly and otherworldly desires. So this energy, they don't just want like your physical, possessions. They want your destiny. This is like, they want your spirit, they want your soul. They want it all. It's really icky energy. But we're going to see what the external forces are about here. We have Gemini. Again, it's saying this energy. So Gemini is in the sign, is ruled by Mercury, which is communication. And the hidden illusions and secrets about this communication, I feel, are being brought out. And remember, I said that this can be about using technology to investigate someone legally or illegally. This energy here is showing up, and there's a new authority figure in town that has a new passion for discovery, looking into this situation, and the truth is coming out because Uranus is a pain in the butt for people who, are on the wrong side of the law and do this to other people. Their actions are finally catching up with them. That's the energy. And then we have the Scorpio energy here. And wow, there's a lot of signs here, from the zodiac. So this is saying there's a lot of people involved. This is talking about, your most intimate partner or your inner circle people are supposed to elevate you, but it feels like there's an energy of wanting to conquer. I want to point out when these signs come out in my readings, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the quality or the energy of each sign. And every single sign has its strengths and weaknesses. So I'm talking more about the state of being of the signs and what can we learn from them. If you ever have your birth chart done, you'll have all of these signs in there somewhere. So we can learn from the energy. Now, in your own thing, there could be, I do feel like this is saying there's a lot of people involved, but we already can see that here. Like this could be 10 groups of people involved. So this could be something very systematic, but the system is not working, and this new person is investigating this. And, it's talking about, in your own personal reading, you might say, no, Colette, there are like those signs. That's something that you need to use your intuition about. I just want you to realize that that's not my goal, is to identify individual people. It's to learn from the energy. What can we do to learn from it and do better? We have the moon judgment coming in. And so this is again talking about this energy. We do have a full moon tonight. So, it feels like really like this energy. Like it just feels really electric. And so hidden illusions and secrets coming out, judgments being called on this energy that's been going on. And I do feel that there's a new sheriff in town, basically. We have intent, and this is, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So I feel that your energy has been like where you've been giving these people a lot of opportunities. These people could be people that you care about. And it might have broken your heart, but I feel like you had to, I'm getting that energy of the Ouroboros where you have to let, and that's talking about here as well. This energy, if you want to solve this problem, you're going to have to leave your comfort zone and leave people behind. And it could be quite a few people by the looks of things. And then we have falling and failing in love is a matter of I. So you have to love yourself enough to realize that, hey, this is way more than you think it is. And that you need, and you may have already have done that because the energy is shifting here. And the good news is there's an energetic upgrade coming out of this. And there is someone I feel new that's looking into this. Now this could be like a new, it's new authority, and it might be this emperor energy here. We also have the superstar energy here. So this is talking about harmony. Now this could be your natural state, not this being your natural state. Because this is about your blessings, and we do have the energetic upgrade, or this could be someone who's involved in this energy. I feel like this might with harmony on it, because look at this energy here, with the swords in the throat, like in the heart, and the heart's in the throat. That's talking about being afraid to speak your truth. And I feel like now maybe you can, and your words are actually bringing harmony to your situation. And then we have a major transition happening. I feel that definitely this is being investigated. And yeah, like what was working for this energy before has switched. It's the truth is coming out. And it's really interesting because this Gemini energy here, Uranus being in Gemini is for the next, till 2033. So it's for the next 7.5 to 8 years. So it's going to come out. There's like, and I feel like the ancestor, it could even have something to do with way back when. Like it's really, there's a lot, like look at, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signs. That's half the signs. That's half the horoscope, the zodiac. I mean, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever had that many signs come out in a reading before, especially like of this size. In any case, I'm going to leave it here, and I do hope this has been beneficial for you. I really do appreciate your likes, comments, and shares, subscribes, all of that awesome energy. It's helping me build my channel, and I truly appreciate it. I will be back. I am going to do a reading on that new moon coming up on August 12th, next for astrological readings, and about the eclipse energy and what that holds. All right, bye for now.